Okay, got my grave pile set up, market set, dealt my initial two cards, and we're ready to continue our run through solo missions of Degrees in Darkness. So this, we're up to what, mission 7 now, going through this and testing the mission modes and the various difficulty levels on the robot player. For mission 7, our goal is, I believe, 6 projects that make use of either worms or mushrooms. Um, so we're going to have to target those pretty heavily. We also need to get 26 credits or more. So that's our goal. As this is single player, we'll be playing against a robot player who's going to mess with the market and mess with the cards out of our grave. And also get a score of its own, which we're going to be comparing against. So without further ado, let's get rolling. So this is my choice of 2 starting projects. We have Unearth and Cleansing Cauldron. Um, Now, if I'm going straight for the goal of worms versus mushrooms, Unearth is going to be one of those projects. So I'm slated to pick that one by default. However, Cleansing Cauldron does tempt me as that it tends to combo well with doing a lot of potions and doing a lot of potions fast, giving you tend to get more negative ones, extra credit markers on there, or demerits in that case. So that's pretty good, but Unearth is going to get us one step to our goal. Having it on the first turn means that we're highly likely to get it done by the time New Moon comes up. I like Unearth as our starting card for this match. So let's do that. We got our research grant, which gives us, $5 we can spend on the market if we want to. So we could go there right away. Um, Now, what do we have in the market here? We got 2 confusing concoctions that came out, potions that allow us to draw cards when they're completed. That's always a good time. Uses mushrooms, which is what we're looking for. Spectral Sight, another ability to get some better card filtering, similar to Unearth. This one allows you to take 3 cards from the grave piles. Unearth allows you to draw 6, keep 4 from the top of the deck. They're similar as far as their effect on your game. Not moving us towards our goal, and we already have Unearth. You get too many of these, it kind of restricts your actions. So I think I'm probably going to skip that. Crawling Claw, always a handy worker card. Good thing to have in your back pocket to help with card selection. Doesn't help us with our mission. Both Transfiguration and Distilling Draught will. Transfiguration allows us to discard cards to get stock cards, which is a good effect. Um, I like that one as a pick because then we have to shop less often or be less careful with our money. Distilling Draught, great way to chain into a project. Get victory points does help us with our goal. So we got some options we could shop for here. Um, Not wrong too. I could just go in and get Transfiguration, a Vial, and Crawling Claw, but then we wouldn't have the candle. We'd need to do that. That's not terrible. I like opening up and having a couple of projects that. See, it'd be better if I could save up and get more than one project that is going to meet my goal. But I can't do that and get the needed stock element. So I think I'm going to go straight to a dig action. So we're in first quarter of first month. Let's dig. Well, for a goal that has us wanting mushrooms and worms, having a mushroom and worm right off the start, I feel pretty good about just taking that and knowing that I will use those materials for sure. Okay, so now we look what the robot player does. So the way this works, we discard the top card of the deck, and based on the symbol here, we do something. I have the little chart for that off screen, but that one is a market action. So it's going to wipe the bottom of the market right there and get its own little extra credit marker. So if I had wanted that Distilling Draught or Confusing Concoction, well, I guess there's 2 of those, they're gone now. What do we get in its place? Plague, Crawling Claw, and a Worm Golem. So Crawling Claw got replaced with Crawling Claw, amusingly enough. Worm Golem, great way to get stuff out of the discard, and way to use the most common card in the game, which is the Nightcrawlers. Plague, fun times can be had by dumping cards into the grave piles, and does meet my requirements. So I'd be happy to pick up any of these. But first, let's finish this starting turn by just committing one card. We could commit two normally, but we only have one that's going to work to unearth. With that, we are done, and we're on to the full moon of month one. So now I could go shopping and pick up Plague and Transfiguration, which works pretty well for my likes. I have an extra $2 with that Mandrake if I don't want to. Now, I do need to remember, I want to get Unearth done on schedule. That's something that I want to make sure that I do. So let's not forget that, but I could scoop some projects right now. It's kind of a sorcery heavy strategy. I'm into it. Okay, let's do it. So I'm going to spend my research grant for 5. That'll give us Transfiguration, Vial. Keep my shopping items here. And I got 1 left in which I could pick up Plague. Don't have to spend my Mandrake. Let's just leave it at that. Let's keep the Mandrake, get rid of our research grant, and that's all we need to do. Put out some cards to the market. We got some Tonica Transmuting, allows to get the cards from the discard, and Reanimate, which is a classic, speed up your play. So these are my hand. These are in my work area here. Arrange those in a pleasing manner. But what does the robot do? The robot pulled some Nightcrawlers, which means it's going to take the largest pile. There's 2, so it's going to take the leftmost pile. Do we have 2 cards stuck together here? This is a error on my part. These sleeves are terrible, and they got stuck together. So it's going to take this left pile, add it to its score pile, and as it was a player, those get restocked. Okay. Well, that's the end of the full moon on month 1. Now we're out to last quarter on month 1. Oh, I didn't do my commits, by the way. I want to do a little bit of that and a little bit of that. These are all slated to go. Okay, now on to our action. We don't have any shopping to do at this point. We're out of cards. We're definitely digging. And we're really hoping for 2 bones here, which I probably should not have pushed this so much, but well, there's 2 bones. I really want to get Unearth online in time to do it, so I'm going to take that, and I'm going to be perfectly happy with that. The robot, on the other hand, is going to take largest pile, which is this one, and that's going to result, since that was the rightmost pile, in cards on everything getting played, everything to the left of that, including it. And then on to commits. Let's just put these 2 bones into Unearth. So that gives us our 2 bones and a worm, which is enough to complete it. So 1 project down that meets our requirement. Little detail for this type of mission, there is on the card in the bottom right on the completed side, the materials that were used, not the counts, but just the materials. So we can know that that's one of our worm ones. Okay, that's us. And they did their thing, and we are on to the new moon. Okay. New moon, I'm going to take the Unearth action. No question there. I worked hard to set this up. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. We're going to keep 4 of these. What do we have and what do we need? Well, we don't need the mushroom for that, but we will need it eventually. We would love some ribs. We don't have them. We'd love some worms. We don't have them. So that's not great. General bones are good here. These are worth cash. My lean right now is to take this, although, honestly, having the 2 bones for Plague is probably worth more than focusing on money, and maybe I'll even get this card back. So we'll take these 4, but the other 2, let's tempt the robot to the right pile. So remember that both of those cards are there. So we're taking the mushroom, this urn for money, the skull and limbs as bones. We'll keep those. Okay, that's us. What's the robot doing? The robot is going to take the leftmost pile. Whatever it is, 2 cards for you, robot. All right, and with that, we are ready to commit at the end of times. Well, the end of the first month. So here, I think, yeah, we're just going to put those right into Plague. We'll hope to take advantage of Plague over time. Now, note, we can't actually do it without a vial. We're planning on getting that from Transfiguration, which we have not done. So that's a little bit of a miss, but let's hope we get what we need. All right, that's the end of the month. We move on to month 2. We lose some projects here. As time marches forward and the 200 level courses are more dominant. We also get some more cards down here. Now, I think I'm just going to go dig, probably pick up what I left over there because there's so many cards, and not shop right away. What came out here is another reanimate and a bone sphere, neither of which helps us with our mission. So, pass. All right, let's dig. Let's see what we got. Bone and a worm. Well, we do need the worm. But I can get twice as many cards if I keep going. Yeah, I think we should push, but let's remember there's a worm in the first stack, in case we need to come back to that. Okay, this I probably at this point should. I mean, we're up to 3 cards, and it has one of the things we need. Even though they're low value, I know it's in that last pile, and it's not a worm, and it's not a rib, unless it got added afterwards. So let's take this. Make sure we get in a card that's useful. Okay, robot taking the leftmost pile. Well, so much for going back for that worm. All right, we get to do our commits. We only have one to do here, which is a worm to transfiguration. Hoping for a rib next. That would be good. All right, that's the end of that turn. Full moon on month 2. Let's go digging. Well, this counts as a rib, but I'm looking for value here. Let's keep going. I don't have to be that hard up for a negative point rib or a single dollar mushroom. Let's get whatever this is. So we knew that part of this was here. Oh, it's so sad that it's not really what we need, though, isn't it? I mean, just so I have money to spend and cards to throw into transfiguration, I'm probably gonna take it rather than grabbing the vial off the top or something like that, getting Plague Online. But I don't really love the fact that I did not get what I want. And that's how it goes, though, isn't it? How about the robot? Robot's totally going to draw a rib, right? No. Robot's going to mess with the market, the bottom row specifically. Goodbye, all these reanimates. Not seeing those. It's the second time they've taken from the market. How dare they? And let's see what we get in its place. All right, another confusing concoction. Another plague. A polymorph. All of those are valid for our step. Now, we are probably going to go shop here. Now we have nothing to commit, so that's the end of that turn. So we're on last quarter of month 2. I have so much money here, and I'm not able to commit to either of my projects right now. I think we need to move forward with more projects. So I'm liking the confusing concoction because I can just kind of get through it and get some cards. Polymorph is going to fight over the same ingredients that Transfiguration hasn't been able to deliver, but it's also a good time. So I'm thinking Polymorph and confusing concoction. We need lots of stock ingredients here until Transfiguration is online, which is going to happen any moment. But no, we can only do that during the full moon, so let's not over-index on that. Let's get what we need. Okay, so we've got, let's see, 6 that we definitely want to spend. Oh, that's not 6. Where's the other one? There. Because we don't need any of these rings right now. It's best to spend them. So that's 6 there. That would give us confusing concoction, its vial, and Plague's vial. So that's a fair trade. Let's do that. We can keep trading for more. We got the mushrooms we need there. We're set for bones for a while. None of these bones are valuable. Mushroom might later be valuable. So I'm willing to spend up to 4 more. That looks like just grab polymorph and a candle. Okay. Nice, efficient, get lots of things done type of visit right here. Okay. All these projects, yes, all these projects work towards our final goal, which is good. Here, Unearth can kind of fit right up here, can't it? I got like a little spot for it. There, that works. Okay, let's reset that market. Oh, a soul cage, that'd be fun, but we just did that. Speaking of just did that, it's robot time. A robot is going to just take this whole row mark, so I'm glad I grabbed those while I did. It's funny, in the last game, the robot just refused to go for the market the whole game. The odds on that are extremely low, but you know, it can happen. So 200 level projects and 100 level project. And with that, we're on to commits. Let's finish some things, by which I mean start some things, really. We'll finish Plague. Got the last material there. Using Concoction is the one we'll start. Okay, Plague's done. Okay, so now, whenever it's a split moon, half moon either way, we can flood the market with more cards, which is fun. The great piles around the markets. Okay, we are on to the new moon. I'm definitely going to use our unearth action, which is to draw 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to keep 4 of these. Oh, that's fantastic. We needed 2 ribs, and we were kind of blocked on those, and now we're not blocked on those. So that's 2, the ones we're keeping. If we've already got lots of mushrooms, so let's just keep these 2 rings. Wow, we're set for money there. And these will go back. I'm going to put them both at the end. Okay, robot. Robot, this +1 symbol here is going to tilt it to take the market top row. Totally after the market, aren't you? It's time number 4. Well, it's keeping me on my toes. Make sure I get these whatever projects I want while they're out there. Inner Flame's fun. These aren't helping me towards my goal. Worm Golem and Alchemic Alacrity are the only ones that do. But some fun ones nonetheless. All right, let's make some commits. Let's definitely finish Transfiguration. That's 1 commit. I really want to keep... I'd like to get Polymorph going too. Debating the Confusing Concoction versus Polymorph. We'll get Polymorph done faster. Okay, and that's the end of month 2, aka the halfway point of the game. Back to the first quarter. All these 100 projects are gone. I actually was thinking about that worm. Its discard pile is looking attractive. But, of course, now these come out and change everything. 300 level projects. Phylactery, great point density on that thing. Expensive, but we've got the cash. And Fungal Animate will actually help us with our goal. So if we got that, I think that'd get us to the 6 we need. So I'm leaning towards that over Phylactery if we end up going shopping. And then end of month, gotta do that. Okay, we could go shopping. We could also cram on our projects and get them done real fast. Which if we... Oh, I forgot to flip Transfiguration. I was like, if we wanted to finish Transfiguration, we already did. Just forgot to flip it. So now that full moon is going to be a little better for us. We can get... turn in ingredients, any materials we have for stock cards, which is fantastic if we have a lot of cards in hand that we don't want, which is kind of not the case. Only 1 of these mushrooms do we not need. Let's go dig. These piles are fantastic looking. They're very full. So let's go. Pile number 1. I do need the worm. That's the only thing that I need, and there's money. That's not bad. I'm so greedily pulled towards these slightly larger stacks. But this is just a solid, flexible hand. I'm gonna take it. You know what? Because I can use the discard. I can discard the one I don't want for something else next turn. Okay, robot. What are you doing? Left pile. I don't know why you'd want that one, but you can have it. All right, and then let's commit. So I could complete Polymorph. I don't need to right now. I could rush the Concoction out, but that's going to give me negative points that I don't want to do, because as these potions work, if you commit more than 1 card to the project in a single turn, you get negative points on there. Don't rush your potions, unless you need to. And I don't need to right now. I have plenty of cards in hand. I'm not worried about that. All right, that's it for me. On to the full moon on month 3. So here, I can use my Transfiguration ability to, during the commit step, discard cards and take that many free stock cards. So that's good. For my projects that I have left, I just need these two cards. That's all I need. Everything else is just gravy. So let's go shopping. Let's go buy some stuff. So fungal animate, like I said, I like how that gets me to my goal. I'm tempted by the alchemic alacrity, actually. Let's slow down. Slow down. Let's think that through. I mean, you're going to get more points out of the fungal animate, but no ability. Alchemic alacrity will allow me to dump a whole cards at once if I open up more projects. So that's good if I then pair it with some sort of... Now, since I'm going to get my goal here, I could start working on a bone sphere, which is a great way to get points. I like those two together. So what's that going to take me? 5 to buy the projects, another 4 for the vial and the candle, which actually I don't need to do because I can get those on the cheap here, and that leaves me open to buy another project. I'm looking at my transfiguration in order to get those ingredients. That's what I'm talking about there. So that's 5 to buy the projects, and that's literally all I need. I just want to grab those two. I'm holding a whole bunch of money at that point, which I could use on other projects. Like phylactery, which is not a good rushable project, or also get the fungal animate. Okay, I like that play. So here's what we're getting. For these tasty 2 rings worth $10, we're getting alchemic alacrity and bone sphere and fungal animate. That's 8 of it. I got 2 left, and I'll grab one of the materials I need. We'll grab the vial with that. The rest we're going to get in just a moment. So basically I just bought the bottom row is what I did. Okay, well, let's restock. There we go. And let's commit. So I got lots of projects here. Oh, during the commit step, I can discard any number of cards, take that many free stock cards. So I'm going to discard these 2 to grab the stuff that I'm missing, which is 2 candles. We're going to put 1 on alchemic alacrity. And 1 on polymorph. Yes, I think that's going to be good. Okay, so that completes both of those, or completes one of those, not both. I just started on the alchemic alacrity. We'll move this down into kind of a working area. These are all complete and all count towards my goal. So that's 4 completed towards my goal. And I open up some more projects over here. Hopefully you can see a good selection of what we got here. Okay. Feeling great about that. We didn't do the robot, did we? I went straight to my commits. Robot is going to take the middle tile. Okay, we are on to the last quarter of month 3. What do we need? Cards. What can we do about it? Well, we can plague. And we can polymorph. And those are both great. So let's do them both. Okay, plague, at the beginning of the turn. Dump a card onto each pile. And then we're going to go dig. So I'm almost certainly taking this stack of 5 cards there. Unless we get exactly what we need here, which we don't really. What I'm looking for more than anything right now is bone cards with +1 modifiers. That's what I want to hit. If I can get that, great. If I can't, well, I'll take value too. Okay, well, I don't want to take the smallest pile because I have the ability to discard cards to draw cards to polymorph here. But this is the sort of card I'm looking for, this mammal remains that's got the +1 modifier. So good card, but I want more. I wasn't planning on taking the middle stack. Let's hope this last stack is worth the wait. Oh, it's not. What is this? I guess I technically need the worm, and I need the hand. It's what I need for alchemical alacrity and just a whole bunch of garbage. I'm going to pitch some of these cards and get better cards in just a moment here. Okay, so that's what we got. A whole bunch of stuff. Okay, now it is the robot's turn, and they're going to take the biggest pile, which is the first pile now. 4 cards for them. Don't love that. But hey, robot's going to robot. All right, now for some commits. I want to line up this alchemical alacrity. As you can see, I'm getting lots of cards in hand. So let's keep working that. And during this step, I can discard wait, no, sorry. Discard a card to draw a card. What do I need the least here? Probably this. I mean, the mismatch bone I'll use if I need to. I don't want to use it. I don't love it. I don't need all these mushrooms. There's too many mushrooms. I'm going to discard a mushroom and draw. Basically another mushroom. All right, well, let's have our second commit be the Confusing Concoction. Finish that one off. When that happens, draw 4 cards. Yes, please. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, well, we got some of those mammal remains that I've been looking for. I am completely flooded with cards, which is why I'm glad I grabbed that alchemical alacrity. It's going to let me dump some stuff real fast. I may actually just take a cram action here in a moment because I have more cards than I know what to do with. Although none of these are giving me abilities here, so I don't. It's more if I'm worried about completing in time. Anyway, we're on to the new moon. I have an obscene number of cards. I have the ability to unearth here, and I think I still want to go for more cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to need to shuffle my discard here. Just a moment. And look at all these cards I have down here. Can't even fit them on. There's so many. Okay. We're going to wrap up that potion this turn and get to make 3 commits in addition to. So we're going to get a total of 4, 5 that we got lined up. That's going to be great. Let's get those done. Okay, one more card for my draw off of Unearth, which is draw 6 cards, keep 4, then add the remaining 2 somewhere. I could just take all the bones. I'm not really interested in these mismatched bones. Goodbye. If I end up with a whole bunch of money in my hand at the end of the game, it's not bad. That does turn into points. It's not a good rate, but given that I just want to crank this Bone Sphere out, I am going to put this one right here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need to do that. Okay. Robot. It's gonna take the biggest pile, which is the middle pile. Commits. So as foretold, I'm gonna put worm into alchemical alacrity, and we'll put a candle and fungal animate. Those are my 2 commits, so we resolved the completed project, which is alchemical alacrity, which allows me to commit up to 3 cards right now. So let's do the easy ones, the ones we know we want to do. 1 candle to our Bone Sphere. I can do that now. Where's our fancy bone? And we'll just put in the fungal animate because it will benefit from it. That's 2, right? 3. Let's just have an almost done fungal animate. Now, note that Bone Sphere doesn't care if I use crappy bones, so that's pretty good. Can use those in there. Okay. Good, that gave me some acceleration. So what are we looking like here? We're going to commit that to the fungal animate. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Most of the 6 bones needed for Bone Sphere there. Okay, because I used a fancy bone, I get an extra credit marker on the fungal animate for that million remains there. And we are done. So that is the end of month 3. We're 3/4 of the way through here. reset to the beginning, lose some of our 200 level projects as even more come into play. Another fungal animate and a mutation mixture. Another way to filter cards, which we have been having quite a few ways of doing that, which I have not been sad about. Speaking of which, if we're digging right now, I just need to dump cards with Plague. Let's see what we want to do here. We basically have all the cards that we want. It's a matter of time at this point. So we have a limited amount of time to get through all these. Apparition is an easy pickup and probably complete. I'll want to find a better skull than that one. Anything else here? Phylactery, if I have the time to slow burn it, is a fantastic return. I mean, maybe. That's going to be our best points return. I think I'm going to go for that. I'm going to need to get some bones, but that's okay. So we're not going to activate Plague. We're going to get Phylactery. We're going to plan on later getting, with the full moon and Transfiguration, getting the vial for that. So let's pitch some cards. Let's pick up Phylactery and no vial. And that's probably the last project that we can afford to pick up, because we peaked in, we got so many in that kind of mid-range. All right, what's the... Robot is taking the bottom row. Okay, well, I kind of liked Apparition, but I don't think I have time to do it anymore. I certainly don't have time to do it now. All right, what do we get? Now, Abomination. If I haven't picked up that Bone Sphere, I would totally go for Abomination. Entropic Elixir. If that had been there, I would have taken it. Although it's the same point value at this point as Phylactery, it's a little cheaper and easier to do. By same point value, I mean it's worth 5. It adds 1 to your completed alchemy project. So we have 2 though, so it's worth 7 points. If you play it that way. Okay, so now it's commit time. I have the ability to transfigure a little bit here. Which, the question is, do I want to risk giving up a not great bone for a better bone? I think I do. I think I'm going to have plenty of time to get all the bones I need. So I'm going to discard a card to draw a card. That was totally worth it. I got some avian remains. Improved bone. Great. Okay, now let's do our commits. We need to be working on this Phylactery every turn. Just so I'm not tempted to use it later, that locket's going down. And just so I'm not tempted to forget my fungal animate, that mushroom's going down. Okay, completing projects. Fungal animate done with a little extra credit. And that's that. Okay, we're on to the full moon. Is this the point where we're cramming? Yeah, I think we are. I don't want to risk missing our timing. Yeah. We're not going to get extra cards this turn. We are going to, let's see, we could commit. Let's see how well we can do here. If we cram, we're going to get 2 commits and 2 commits at the end as well. So something like this. No, like this. We want to... No, I had it right the first time. Okay, yeah, we're going to take a cram action. So in essence, when you take an action to spend your... Instead of going and digging, instead of going buying, you get to take 2 commits right then and there. So we're going to spruce up our Bone Sphere with 2 items. Get some extra credit on that. And that's our action. The robot is going to take this left pile. And then we get our normal commit action. So let's go ahead and put the rib cage here. Again, only 1 per turn to do that Phylactery nice and slow. And we'll put another bone here. So we're halfway through. We got 3 more bones here and 2 more there. We got 5 commits, and not enough time to do it unless we do a cram, I see. So we got to make sure we get the cards we want and finish out strong. So month 4, last quarter, I am going to use Plague to add a card to each pile. And then I'm going to go digging. I'm probably going for the last pile with 4 cards. That depends on what comes up, isn't it? Oh, when we forgot our Transfiguration last turn, where I was going to discard this to get a pile. Okay. Don't need to screw myself over. All right, that's some bones. It's okay. I mean, we need bones, but I don't know if we need them that bad. There's bones that are coming up. This bone sphere might not happen. Okay, I'm taking this because it's got the skull. And then I don't have to use the worse skull when we get to it. Okay, robot, what are you taking? You're taking the right pile. But that has like a whole bunch of, oh man, 4 cards. Enjoy. Enjoy. Okay, now during the commit step, according to my polymorph, I can discard a card to draw a card. I'm going to do that. I actually don't need this Price of Passage because I already got the jewelry commit there. Turn it into bones. Okay, 1 commit on Phylactery. So that is 1 away from completion and 7 points. And 1 on Bone Sphere. Now that we don't need that skull, we can do this here. So I think we just have to spend our last turn finishing what we started. It's the new moon. We have the ability to unearth, but frankly, we are gated by commits here. So we want to cram. So we are going to commit a card to Phylactery, and we can commit a card to Unstoppable Bone Sphere as well. All right, robot is going to take the largest pile. Whew, another big pull for the robot, 4 cards. There you have it. Okay, and then we commit our last card. No cards in hand at the end of the game, but pretty great pulling off 2 7-point projects here on the last turn. No effects on either of them, but points all over. Got strong bottom row of points. Okay, so let's make sure that we completed our goal, because I'll be very embarrassed if I didn't. So we need 6 to either use worms or mushrooms. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we got in that first row. That's what I thought. We had fungal animate in case I was off there. Okay, so we met our mission goal. How do we do on points? So no cards in hand, so no extra credit as a result of that. So we're looking at everything else. So we have 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 on that top row. Then another 6-pointer there, so that brings us to 21. Plus 7 is 28, plus another 7, 35. I feel pretty good about that score. That seems like an A score. So 35 points for us. Now, we got to check this robot. So I'm going to take all the gray piles out of the game here. These are done. We did them. Or actually, we didn't do them. Anything here that didn't get taken, did it? Set those aside. What we need to do is count up the robot player. So I'm going to be making some stacks of 10 here in order to count this. I'm loving the low point values I'm seeing here. That's 10. Apologies, this takes a moment. 20. It's not the most exciting thing to watch someone count cards, but that's what we're doing right now. 30. 40. And they took a lot of these +1 cards that I was hoping to get. Where was I? That's not a high score for you based on this, because you took the market 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So $51 worth of stuff and 5 extra credit markers for the times it took market, which I've been tracking off. So 51 divided by 2, rounding down, is 25 credits. And the extra credit markers, I believe, are worth 3 each with current testing. We're changing things all the time. So that would be 15 if that were so. That seems really good, but that's, let's see, are they supposed to be 3 points or $3? I think they're supposed to be $3. That's better. So that would be 51 plus 15, which gives us 66, which is 33 credits. That's what they actually have. They're not 3 points each. That would be very, very good. So that gives them 33 credits, me 35. So I also beat the robot player in addition to beating my mission. Well, there we have it. That was actually pretty tight game there. Did the just very strong move of building up card selection and ability to get more cards early on. Often in a build like this, you want some way to accelerate how you apply those cards, how you commit them. Reanimate is the most classic way to do that. The card just gives you one more commit per turn. So if you happen to get flooded with cards, this one will let you get them out there. But the other option is this Alchemic Alacrity. It doesn't look like much, but the ability to dump 3 cards for after finishing a 3-point project, which is super respectable, really can get you there. So did that and then crammed twice. So I did have to, make up for the lack of commits in another way. But this all happened very late in the game. That's the majority of my score there. 20 points right there, right? Yeah, 20 points there, 15 up here. So low point value sorcery projects and a couple potions to get me started, and then dump that into some high level projects. Overall, good game. Success on mission number 7. And we'll be doing this again soon.